my friends over there 6 feet away.
We are keeping...
Probably 9 feet away, really.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Come here, break. 6 foot. Here we go. So, Jen came to visit. First time you've been in the house.
Anybody's house.
Anybody's house. And Jen's like, oh.
It feels weird.
Yeah.
I was like, I feel like this is weird.
Yeah, we are in the yellow zone here in Pennsylvania. But it's still, especially our area. I don't know if you heard about it. A whole bunch of people went to New Jersey down to the New Jersey shore on Memorial Day weekend, and they brought back to a neighboring new town. They brought back. There was 12 active 12 people who got COVID from that exact party that they went. So. It's still a roaring...
You know I love parties, but
yes.
I just don't see any parties this summer.
No, I don't see parties. I mean, you have a pool.
Yeah.
But it's going to be just your kids.
Yeah. I think we could do like one family 6 feet apart at the pool.
Yes.
The chlorine does whatever.
Right.
Like, you know, you can't live in chlorine.
Right.
But that's the only thing I can figure, because you can't have multiple families.
No.
Then
they said in the yellow zone that you could have 25 people.
Yes. But you know my husband.
Yes. Yeah.
He's Mr. Safety.
Yes.
Safety.
Yeah. And we have a large family, but even I'm like, there's 36 of us in our family, but that's 25 people. That's sort of a lot of people.
Yeah.
And with this threat still hanging over us. Again, as I say, especially where we are here, it's not cool. I mean, it's frightening. Now, your kids were off of school. They're done school.
Today's their last day.
How did that work out?
That was hard.
Miss Teacher.
That was hard. Yeah.
So tell us.
Well, first of all, it wasn't really much schooling, thankfully, because they had no idea what to do. Yeah. So it was really like, you know, in the morning we make them get up and do it right away, because I don't like things looming over me.
Now you have a 16-year-old,
an 12-year-old, and a new 7-year-old.
A 7-year-old, right.
So the older kids did great. The younger one was a little harder because he has a hard time like sitting still and all that. But yeah, they're saying they're going to open school next year. I don't know if I'm going to send them. I might just homeschool them at this point. I did it this year.
Yes.
And if I do an online program, then there'll be teachers involved, not just me.
Right,
right.
Right.
So I don't know what I'm going to do.
Because the whole thing, again, in this area is if they do open, when they open school in September, the kids have to wear masks.
As of right now, yeah.
As of now.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Can you imagine my partner with the mask?
A 6-year-old with wearing a mask.
He's like trying to pick his nose through the mask. Forget it.
Yeah. So you're not like into homeschooling, but you might have to.
Yeah. I feel like if I feel like they're not going to be safe, I would do it.
Absolutely.
I don't want to do it. I'm not going to like doing it.
Absolutely.
But I would do it for their safety.
Yeah.
If I felt like they weren't going to be safe.
Yeah.
But recognize my fabric?
I do recognize the bee fabric. The bee fabric.
I made so many bee masks.
So you made masks. Tell us.
Yes, I watched my friend's video and I made over 250 masks.
250. I made 112 and I was done.
Yeah.
That was pretty much for family. Quite a few friends asked for them and I donated them to nursing home. But I'm telling you, I could have done more. I could have. But
I could have too, but I lost steam.
It drained me, and now you can buy masks.
Yes.
And now you can go. They're in the supermarkets. They're in the drugstores. They're at the home improvement.
We were doing it when you couldn't really find them.
Yes. Yeah. In this country, masks you just couldn't get them. So everybody's like, Yeah. And sewing machines sold out. You couldn't buy a sewing machine because everybody's making. You can buy them now. You can buy
and I'm
them
over it.
And you're over it. But you made them for work people. Yeah.
So my work, our clients are mail centers, and mail center people still had to work during the pandemic, and they couldn't find masks anywhere. So we were mailing them to clients.
Right.
And then I did family and friends.
Right.
My sister-in-law worked in she's a nurse, so I sent her some, and it just.
We were made.
And then I was exhausted, and then I stopped. And
that was it? So that was 3 months worth. So what we're going to be talking about something happy today. So quilting.
Forget that.
Yeah, forget that. Forget diseases. Forget pandemics.
Yeah.
Let's see what you've made. I saw this
So
online.
I only did one little thing, but I do love him.
You copied my rooster.
I copied my rooster. And I wanted to do a quick quilting project because after all those masks, I wanted to
That's what I said.
get my, my juices flowing again. But I was way spent to do a quilt. Like I just,
That's what I said.
yeah, I couldn't because I was trying to homeschool and I was like, when I get into a project, I'm all in. Ask my husband,
Yes.
and I just couldn't. So one weekend, I took and collaged a little rooster.
And look at that, Jen.
I made a little pocket pillow.
Oh, look, it's beautiful.
With feather fabric on the back.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful.
And these were all scraps for my mask. So I had little scraps left. I made masks out of all of these different fabrics.
Beautiful.
And then,
now, all of the fabric for your masks, where did you get it? Did you have it?
I actually used fabric that I had for quilts that I had planned.
Oh, wow, what a sacrifice.
Yeah. So, and I did have some scraps. I had some different things. And I didn't use it all.
Right.
But I did use a lot of it.
Wow.
I need to go fabric shopping.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like really, really low right now.
Yeah.
And then my boss actually, I couldn't get fabric to make them for the clients. So I said, I'll make them. And then I ordered some fabric and she paid for some fabric that I had shipped. But it took forever to get here. It was this feather.
Yeah.
Was one of them. Yeah. And so I didn't even really get to make masks out of that fabric because I had already gone through most.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. So
you.
pretty. I love it. I was the same way. I couldn't get stuck. Well, I actually did get stuck into a project. I made this. My next video will be a tutorial on a quilt. This quilt, which is over there, it's the same pattern. It's the same pattern. It's not finished yet because this is what I call my 5 diamonds quilt. Real simple quilt.
I love that.
That I've been saying. I've been doing a tutorial. Now this one I made, and I did a tutorial on it.
Okay.
And I erased the whole thing, all of the footage.
Oh no!
Because it like you, I couldn't focus. Yeah. I wanted to sew, and I was getting sick of making masks, so I made a quilt. And it was large, and it's that pattern, the 5 diamonds quilt, which the next video will be the tutorial. But what happened was...
It's blue!
It's blue and it's pink.
I love it!
Oh, it goes in our bedroom.
Nice.
Our bedroom is pink.
Nice.
But yeah, this is the quilt I made.
So shabby cute.
I know, it's really huge. So I'll show you pictures of it in the next video. And what happened is I'm going to do a shout out. I made the quilt top, which is easy enough, and it grew and grew and grew. It's a really big, nice size quilt. I was not about to quilt it. I was, as you know, I quilt all my quilts. I'm fine with quilting. I didn't want to quilt this, so what did I do? I sent the backing and I sent my quilt top to my friend David, Quilting by David in St. Joseph, Missouri. He's a long arm quilter. And as you know, as I said, I quilt all my quilts. But I have used him one other time and I will use him again because I'm giving him a great shout out today because he's quick, he's inexpensive. You sort of tell him when you want your quilt back.
That's awesome.
And other larger companies, you might send out a quilt to be quilted, and it could take months before you see your quilt again.
Wow.
It just goes into the line.
So how do they price it? Is it by like square foot or how?
Yes, it's square inch.
Square inch.
And
okay.
I find now we have a deal for me.
Yeah.
But my other quilt I paid for full price. A huge oversized king size quilt, and it was like $160 or something.
Really?
I mean, it is so worth it.
David.
Yeah, David, I'll tell you seriously.
You might be getting my cake quilt if I don't get my act together.
I was going to ask you, what about your cake quilt?
It's sitting in my treasure chest
Yeah.
box, and I just don't have the nerve to do it yet.
I was thinking about that before Jen came. I thought, oh, we can talk about her cake quilt.
I still haven't done it.
That's so funny.
It's terrible.
That's so funny.
I didn't use that fabric, the backing. I kept all that.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna.
didn't
Yeah,
use that.
it's so funny. I was gonna ask that. So yeah, so what with low arm quilting, it might not. You might want to hold off your cake quilt because
I think I'm just gonna wait till I get good.
till you get much better. Yeah, because
I just don't
although
want to ruin it.
I mean,
love
look at quilting.
It's
I mean,
beautiful.
it's so gorgeous. Low arm quilting. If you don't know, you send your quilt to the people. They load it onto a machine, like a 12-foot long machine, and then they run the threaded machine over the quilt, having sandwiched and backed it. And you can choose. There's dozens and dozens and dozens of patterns that you can choose for your quilting. And this one, because it was an angular pattern, I decided on a real curvy quilting pattern.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, and I'm
Good job, David.
Yeah,
And
quilting
good job,
by
team. It's gorgeous.
quilting by David. So this was my
So
project.
that's going on your new bed.
So that's going on our bed. Well, actually at the foot of the bed because I have a quilt on there already.
Okay.
But at the foot of the bed, just to put. This has wool batting.
Oh.
Yeah, wool batting is really real light and fluffy, but man, is it warm.
Okay.
It's so warm. So this was my project. This is what I've done.
Oh, I love
And
it.
then I have done a tutorial on this quilt, which I'm not finished yet. I'm going to get some extra fabric for it, for the borders.
Beautiful.
But it's the same exact pattern, and I explained that. My go-to quilt. I made about 20
Oh, I love it.
of these quilts in all different colorways over the years. It was my first quilt that I had done.
I love it.
So that's what I've been doing. Like I said, shout out to David Hurd. I will put the link in the description and comment about David if you have used them or if you want to use them. Man, I like I said, I don't usually use long arm quilters, but he is the best.
Awesome.
The best. So, but you get better.
Yeah, I'm gonna get better.
Yeah. So do you think so people are saying, how do you like your new machine?
Oh, I love it.
Is it
I love
fixed?
Yes, it's fabulous.
What
It's
so what
just
happened?
So they said nothing was wrong with
They
it.
said
Apparently, when I took the stuff out to dust it, I didn't put it back exactly right,
okay.
and that's why I was getting a noise of some kind. But once they took it apart and put it back together, it needed to be serviced though and cleaned.
Right,
so
right,
it
right.
had been a year, which was about a year, a little over a year.
Yeah, a little over a year.
So yeah, he's great.
So you love it?
Yes, yeah. I have it out all the time now because nobody's coming over. So
Yeah.
I don't clean it up.
And you sew in your dining room?
Yes, yeah. Although it's getting, we don't have central air because we live in an old farmhouse, so we have window units, and there isn't one right in the dining room, so I might move it for the summer into a room where there is an air conditioner, just so it's more comfortable.
Yeah, that room was warm.
That's the warmest room in the house.
Yeah. You say you like living where you live?
I do. And
you got chickens!
So I made this pillow of a rooster, and then I always wanted chickens. This is a true story.
You have a chicken coop?
I have a chicken coop on my property it's an old farmhouse. It just was there. My township wouldn't allow me to have chickens. And I don't have an acre. I have almost an acre. And you have to have 10 acres where I live to have chickens, which is so dumb.
I know,
they don't need any space at all. So because of COVID-19, my phone, they changed the chicken law. Let me just make this. They changed the chicken law, so I could now have up to 4 chickens.
What does COVID-19 have to do with having chickens?
I think it's because it not allowing people to have chickens on less than an acre. People can't live off the land if they had to, in a pandemic situation. So with 4 chickens, you could get, I get about 18 eggs a week.
Okay.
So
wow,
if we totally ran out of food,
you have chickens.
We have 18 eggs, and we could eat 4 chickens.
And you don't have a rooster.
We can't have a rooster.
You can't have a rooster.
So we just have 4 laying hens.
Okay, because Jordan just found out he has 2 roosters.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So does he have to get rid of them?
So he has to either get rid of them or separate them, or
Yeah.
I think they're going to get rid of them.
Okay.
Because I said, do they actually crow? He's like, oh, all day they crow.
I love roosters
Yeah.
because actually this is a funny story. Jean's son married a little girl that grew up across the street from me.
Okay.
So we didn't even know each other.
Right.
Like this is just a funny thing. So her family had chickens and they had a rooster.
Okay.
And every morning, right as the sun came out, you hear this rooster. I love that sound because it reminds me of my grandparents' house and growing up in the country.
Yeah.
So I love roosters, but we're not allowed to have.
You're not allowed to have, Jordan was saying, I think they're going to get rid of our roosters because they have 10 or 12 chickens.
Okay.
They have like 3 acres. Justin has 10 acres, and he has a dozen chickens.
And Luke has
chickens. And Luke has chickens,
Yeah.
And they have that township. So anyway, it clicked off. Jen has chickens. You have chickens, but I was just saying to Jen that I faced my fears. I went to our house that is now listed for sale. I'll put the link for the MLS
so
listing.
Beautiful. I've seen pictures.
Yeah, it's really, really pretty. But what happened was when I walked away from that house 6 months ago, almost to the day, I said, that's it. I've moved here. We've downsized. It's wonderful. We're blessed. I'm here. I'm not going back because it was a very, very difficult move for me, although it's been wonderful here. But yesterday or 2 days ago, Ian and Maxwell have been doing some landscaping because it's been listed now, and there have been dozens of showings. They had to go cut the grass. So Ian had dropped Maxwell off to do some chores outside, and Maxwell called me and said, can you pick me up? Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I can do this. I had seen the pictures. It's beautiful. There's a lockbox on it, so we had to walk around the back. And I was okay because I knew what to expect. I have vision, and it doesn't look anything like our house.
Yeah.
It doesn't, I mean, you saw pictures.
Oh, yeah. It looks nothing like it, but there's something familiar about it. Yeah.
And I walked in, and I'm like, okay. And then I went through every room, and it's just lovely. But Maxwell was so proud of me. But the thing that got to me is we went all through the house. I went into my sewing room, which is no longer there. The sewing room is gone. We had a library, a bedroom, and a sewing room in the big 2-car garage with nice flooring and everything. And that's all been, it's a garage with a cement floor. Yeah, they turned it back into a garage. So the walls are taken down. And I have pictures of my sewing room, and I'm thinking, it's totally not there.
Yeah.
Which is okay. I have bought this sewing room. But I was okay until they refinished the floors. The floors are a different color. Everything about the house is completely different. But I was okay until I said goodbye and I shut the back door. And I started to cry because I'm like, that's it. Yeah, it's everybody's like, how are you doing? Once we get rid of the home, Ian will have a big weight lifted off of his shoulders.
Yeah.
And as I was saying, we have a swimming pool. And I was saying to you before that there was one comparable listed the same day as ours was. It sold or it has an offer in one day.
Wow.
Ours has been on the market for 5 or 6 days now. And I was looking at that home in the neighborhood of ours, almost the same price, a little bit more. It was beautiful home. Ours is lovely. They didn't have a swimming pool.
Yeah.
And our realtor always said, we've had a swimming pool in every home we've lived in. And our realtor in Canada said, you line up 100 people, 99 of them don't want a swimming pool. But as you were saying, with the...
Yeah, so we didn't want a pool either, but I think now with COVID, people might be reconsidering that because people have canceled vacations. They don't feel comfortable traveling. But if you have kids, it's awesome having the pool.
Yeah.
Like,
we didn't want a pool.
I didn't want a pool. My husband did not want a pool.
Yeah, he really didn't want a pool.
And even now, we're like, we're so glad we have the pool, like for the kids.
Yeah.
Because they still feel like it's summer and they're doing, we canceled vacation.
Yeah.
So like, but they can still swim in the pool.
Yeah.
Tonight we're going to put our tent up and camp in the backyard.
Oh, that's like
so
a vacation.
Yeah. Just for one night, like something fun to do with the kids.
Yeah, we've always had a pool in all of our homes. So we were the 1% who wanted the pool. We wanted a pool when we bought this house. We're like, oh yeah, because we have 10 kids and we wanted the pool. Wonderful, wonderful. And actually, having moved here, we don't have a pool. It's a big weight off of us.
Yeah.
But
it's a lot of
our
work.
2 children have pools. Dominic has a pool, and Justin has just is building a pool right now. Did you see it?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh my word, it's like a big, huge pool. So we have places to go for a swimming pool. That's fine. But yeah, so the whole downsizing, as soon as that sells, that will be a chapter gone. 30 years almost.
Aww.
It's been hard, but I did it. I went.
You did amazing. And thank goodness you did it when you did.
Can
you imagine her trying to move during this pandemic?
Or not. Or having everything in storage.
Or what if you had boxed everything up and you couldn't physically move?
Yes.
And you're just sitting there surrounded by boxes.
Yes.
That would have driven you crazy.
Oh.
Right?
And you were there with me every step of the way. And so it just, because this was such a quick move, our downsizing, from literally one day to the next.
You made it in just in the nick of time.
We did it in about an 11-week period. We went from our home of 30 years to this house. I donated, 2 trailers full of things. We trashed a load, put in storage, whatever. We did a tremendous amount in such a quick period of time. And then all of a sudden, thank goodness. So we were really blessed to have it done that way.
Yeah.
And we love living here.
Yeah.
We have fox and we have deer and we have squirrels and birds and it's just bird song. And my husband was raised in London. And just this morning he said, I love living in the woods. I grew up in the woods. You grew up in the country.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm home. Like I grew up in the woods, in the country.
Yeah,
and it's so nice to go out and, to sit on our deck and just hear birds. When my husband was raised in London, and so just today he's like, oh, I love it. So it's nice. It's really nice. So we have to, once we get rid of all of the bills and the mortgage and everything on our other home, because we still had that for 6 months. Paying the mortgage, the utilities, the taxes. Oh yeah, we paid for everything. So it's been
time to go.
Yeah, it's really time. Okay, been there, done that. Got to get rid of that house.
Yeah.
But yeah, so someone's going to get a nice house.
Nice.
It looked completely different, but still our home.
Yeah.
And
it's a great house.
It's a 40-year-old house with only 2 owners. That's it. So someone, hopefully, we'll let you know. We will let you know how it goes.
I'm excited to hear how fast. Mine sold in 3 weeks.
3 weeks, okay.
And it felt like an eternity.
Yeah.
But then looking back, I'm like, oh, that was so fast.
That was so fast.
Yeah.
Because I've seen houses on the market 200 days, all of that, and I'm thinking, but we're so anxious, but our realtor, who's our daughter-in-law, who's a real estate agent, she's like, don't worry, they buy and sell all the time. They're like, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So so once that goes, that'll be a good.
You gotta text me as soon as it sells.
Oh, I know.
Here.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I wanted to surprise you by telling you that I went.
I am so surprised.
Yeah, because you
I knew you did not want to go back.
Yeah, I didn't. I really didn't. And it was only because Maxwell was sort of stranded there.
Yeah. Aww.
And I'm like, I gotta go pick him up. And he was sitting on a chair.
You faced your fears.
We have a folding chair outside. He was sitting there on his phone. And I pulled in, and there was a piece of mail in the sort of junk mail, sort of half junk mail, in the mailbox still.
Aww.
We've had a change of address, but there was a little bit of mail there. But so I faced my fears. I went. So our downsizing, once our house is gone, which I will tell you, when it sells, that whole chapter is done. And here we are. So. Yeah, so any other news? Anything else?
No, not much happens in a pandemic.
Yeah. So you canceled. You were going to go on vacation.
Yeah, we were going to go to Utah and we canceled.
Okay.
Yeah, we got our money back, which was thankful.
Right.
Thankful, very appreciative. But yeah, we had flights, the house booked, and just canceled it all.
Canceled it all. Yeah. We were going to go up to Knoebels over
Yeah.
Memorial Day weekend. We still haven't gotten our money back. We have to,
Oh.
you know, because we reserved a place for a camping weekend.
Yeah.
And we have to. These poor people, you know. Like,
I know. I felt bad, you know, even getting the refund, but we needed the refund.
Yes.
So it worked out.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
You know, we weren't going to go.
Yeah.
So.
But you've been working, and Ben's been working.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're very, yeah.
Yeah.
Ian's just started back. And did you say that the governor has said the green will be next soon?
Yeah, like I read yesterday that they're hoping early next week if things keep going the way it's going.
Okay.
But I thought green meant back to normal. It doesn't mean that. It means there's still requirements.
Restrictions.
Yeah, it goes up to like 250 people.
Okay, so you could have a wedding.
You could have a wedding.
Or a funeral.
Yeah, a funeral, wedding. You still have to wear masks. Like, I thought green meant green, but it doesn't mean green.
Oh, I thought green meant
No,
no
it
masks.
doesn't mean green.
Oh, wow.
You can eat in a restaurant, and you have to have your mask on except for when you're eating. It's so dumb.
Oh.
It's so dumb. So I'm sorry, it's not dumb.
Yeah, it's not dumb.
It's so dumb that we have to do this because of what's happening.
Of course.
It's not dumb that we have to do
Yeah,
it.
of course.
You
Of
know
course.
what I mean.
It's safe. Yeah, we're trying to keep safe, but it's bizarre. I can hardly breathe.
I know, I'm suffocating.
I'm dying, yeah. And Ian, my husband Ian and Maxwell have been going out doing things, and they wear their mask all day.
Yeah, then all day, 40 hours.
All day wears
yeah.
the mask, and I'm like, this has been on for 20 minutes, and I'm dying here.
Yep, same with me.
So anyway, so I just wanted to say hello to everybody.
Yeah,
My Jen. Oh, Jen. Actually, Jen came last week, and we sat out on the porch, out on the deck, and it was like, I have not seen her in 3 months.
Yeah.
Now we see each other. We're
Zoom.
on Zoom, but it's
not
the same.
It's
No,
not
it's
the
not the
same.
same. It's not the same.
Our Celine Dion concert that
was
you
it?
took me to,
Yeah.
that was like our last big outing.
Exactly.
And then bam,
Yeah.
a pandemic happened.
And then it was, I think we talked about this one time, right after the concert, there was one guy in the building to hold 20,000 people.
Yeah.
One guy who, at the end of our row, who was wearing a white mask. And we're like, everybody's like, what's
Staring
wrong?
at him.
What's wrong with this guy? And now
Apparently he knew what was happening in China and none of us knew.
And that was on February 26th.
Yep.
And so then it started like the first
March
week of
10th.
March
really,
10th.
Or 8th.
So he
Yeah.
was like 3 weeks ahead of the curve there. We're like,
He must have had family in another country that was telling him this is like
this
bad.
is going to be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was nobody else. And we were all,
Nobody.
I mean, I was in the Wells Fargo Center, and our legs, because they're small seats.
Oh, we really got top.
We were like on top. I mean, the people were there. The people were there, and this lady's legs were sort of touching. Her thighs were touching me. I mean, and we were fine. You know, like, it's a wonderful concert.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's like, no, go away, Jen.
Yeah. So bizarre.
It's so weird. It's so bizarre.
And she's not a phone person, and I'm not a phone person.
Yeah.
So literally, other than Zoom, we've talked once or twice on the phone.
Yeah.
Because neither of us pick up the phone.
I don't like talking on the phone. I'm like,
We've texted.
Yeah, I don't mind texting. I don't mind texting. But like I answer a phone like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Some people are like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Get to the point.
Yeah.
Where my husband can talk on the phone
Oh, not me. No.
for hours, and I'm like, what do you want? Okay, goodbye.
Part of my job, I'm on the phone,
Yes.
so I associate it with work.
Yeah.
And even this morning, my mother-in-law texted me at like 8. I hadn't even picked up my phone yet. Like, I don't even pick up my phone. I don't even look. Like,
Yeah, when I have texted you, I'm thinking Jen's phone's in the other room.
yeah, it's on the charger.
Yeah.
I'm not tied to my phone at all. I'm really not.
Yeah, I have my phone because if Maxwell's, I have my phone.
Yeah, well, my kids are at school, of
Yes,
course. I'm
and Ian,
responsible, but-
if Ian needs to call me, I do have my phone with me. But we're not phone people.
Yeah,
so
no.
this has been very, very, and it's funny because do we like to talk?
We love
I like to talk. We'll
but
talk.
in person, without this on.
Not with this on. Oh my word! So maybe.
Although this is a little better at least. I'd
Yes.
rather be in person with this on.
Yes,
than on the
absolutely.
phone.
And then on the phone.
Right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So one of these days we're going to get back to a...
Yeah, one day you'll see
Normal.
our mouths again. I put lipstick on.
I have not worn lipstick. I was gonna, because I hardly wear any makeup at all. But I thought, and then I'm like,
I did. I put it on. It's all over the
I was
inside
gonna say
of
you're
the
gonna have to wash your mask off. So how many masks do you have for yourself?
Probably dozen.
Oh yeah, because I have a bunch of
Ben wears one every day,
Yes,
and then it goes in
and
the
then it
wash,
goes in the
and I
wash,
don't
exactly.
like having stress of like, I
No,
gotta.
exactly.
So
I have them
need a
hanging
dozen.
here, and I wash them out, and I'll put them in the sunshine.
Yeah.
And because of sunshine. But this is bizarre. This is bizarre. But I have a Mickey Mouse one. You have your bee.
Yes, we're very stylish.
And you made your pillow.
And you made your quilt.
And I made my quilt. And
love it.
again, David Hurd. I will put his details on. And if you just fed up and don't want to quilt your quilt small, large, you can choose your batting.
Nice.
He is now selling batting.
Awesome.
You have to look it up.
Yeah.
And dozens and dozens of beautiful patterns that you choose from. So I said to David, I will absolutely give you a thumbs up shout out.
Awesome.
So
Good job, David.
Oh yeah, that's right, David. Thank you so much, and your team, Karen. I appreciate everything. And Jen, I'm gonna miss you again.
I know.
Malia, our daughter, came yesterday with a mask, and 3 of our little grandchildren with their masks, 3 little girls. Oh, because Sophia,
Aww.
she graduated
Aww.
from 6th grade. And there's a picture of her with her teacher, like, like this with masks. It's just bizarre. But Malia wanted, to get her, for her, like her go bag, for her, bug out bag, her birth certificate and her social security card, which I have in our safe. So she came and she's making copies and everything, but 6 foot apart. I'm like, Malia.
So bizarre.
It's bizarre. So your mother-in-law lives across the way.
Yes.
The driveway in the carriage house.
Yeah.
But you haven't.
We still haven't gone in each other's houses.
No.
We've just seen each other outside.
Right. Yeah. So I'm honored. You're
6
in our
feet
house.
away. This is the first house I've been in.
This is the first house. Yeah, you're the first people. Anyway, my camera just clicked off. I was editing the film and I saw that the camera had clicked off. Jen was just getting ready to leave. We're just saying our final goodbyes. So yeah, everything is just, bizarrely not normal. This wearing masks and everything. We're quite desperate to get back to some kind of normal and be with our family and with our friends. But until then, we're trying to keep safe. The big thing is for us, as I was saying, our home, our house, the downsizing. People are asking, how are we doing? This has been a very good move. Again, our home of 30 years. It doesn't look anything like when we lived there. But that's an okay thing. Someone's going to get a very lovely home. It's been beautiful here. As I was saying, we're in the country, we're in the woods. We have fox and deer and squirrels and birds. I was looking up bird song actually to identify. We have nuthatches, we have woodpeckers. It's really lovely. I was raised in the country, in the woods, literally in the woods, and Jen was too. But my husband, as we were saying, was raised in the middle of London, in a city. So it's unusual for him. So he's really enjoying it. Beautiful home. And I was saying at one point, I said to a friend of mine, subconsciously, unconsciously, I never even voiced it, really. But after the fact, I said I sort of always wanted a warm and toasty house. I wanted a large sewing room, and I've always needed a large bedroom. I got all 3. And I got all 3 really nice. This is an incredibly warm home with our fireplace, and the heating system is very efficient. My sewing room, of course, is just beautiful. And I have a very, very lovely master bedroom and bathroom. So, and then we have bonuses, and we're blessed. We really, really are. So the whole downsizing, although it came very quickly, and at the time it was very stressful going through thousands of things that I had collected. I still miss my things. The other day, I had a strainer. It sounds silly. I had a colander. It was really a nice colander. I have one, but I'm thinking, where's my other colander? And I remember putting it in a donation box. And I thought, you know, the fog is cleared, and there's a couple things I'm like, well, I donated that. Maxwell said the other day about something. He's like, why did you get rid of that? I said, yeah. So it was a little bit of a fog, the downsizing and the moving, and extremely stressful. But now that the dust has settled, we are quite happy. The final chapter is selling our home. So please, you know, say a little prayer for us. I know it will sell. And then my husband will have that weight lifted off of his shoulders, because that's been a stress. As I was saying, 6 months worth of paying the mortgage, the rent, the taxes, the utilities, all of the things that go with that, and then of course redoing the property. Our sons and their team did a beautiful job. It looks like there's nothing like the home we lived in. But it's lovely. So yeah, so that's that. Again, shout out to my friend David Hurd in St. Joseph, Missouri. If you want a quilted, as I was saying, I don't send my quilts out. I'm a quilter. I like to quilt my things, but man, if I make a top and I'm like, nah, send it to David, and he does a beautiful job. So shout out David. Quilting by David. All right, everybody, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for joining Jen and I. We will see you hopefully soon with no masks on. And thank you for your support. Really appreciate it. Everyone, keep safe and have a lovely day. All right, see ya. Bye.